kilos and I'm scared to sleep. Up late night cutting that salary. So panels, no batteries. They hated on me, didn't bother me. No deal, no help, wouldn't holler at me. No text, no call, wouldn't follow me. I accept.
So like I recorded "Gotta Make It" in like 3 months. Like the whole tracks was labeled like day 1, day 2, day 3, and it was all like mixtape shit. And so like it wasn't a whole bunch of. It was 2-track everything, man. And so like when I went into the project, like I knew exactly what I wanted to hear. And so I think the first 7, 8 cuts was like rider music. Y'all Could Have It All. 211. It was like 6 cuts that I did off DOA that I never dropped. You know what I mean? So what I did was took like what I felt was the best of DOA, and then when I went in there and recorded "Gotta Make It," the groundwork was already laid for what I wanted to hear. But the title "Gotta Make It" came from a track, you know what I mean, that I got called "Gotta Make It." And so once I recorded that track, and like the buzz for it was crazy, man. Like everybody I played it for was like, dog, this shit is it. And so what I did was I recorded "Gotta Make It," and then I did 2 more, "Do What It Do" and "Ooh Wee." And then I started just piecing the project together. You know what I'm saying? Once I did that, I started hearing the cut that I put on the project, and I was like, dog, the whole project I gotta make it feel. You know what I mean? Everything was, you know what I mean, cats was hating and motherfuckers wasn't working hard and like all of that shit. So that's where "Gotta Make It" came from. You know what I'm saying? And so like I remember like finishing the project, and I took a week off of just not doing nothing but listening to it. And then once I heard "Gotta Make It," "Do What It Do," and "Ooh Wee," we decided to shoot a video for "Gotta Make It." It was like a 2-week video. I think we shot it for like 4 days or some shit. And we shot it at night. You know what I'm saying? And then we went back to try to get some daytime footage because the song is like "Gotta Make It." It was bright. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to capture that feel. And then we went back and looked at the night footage. I mean, the night footage was crazy, man. The lights was popping. It had a feel. Yeah, I mean, we were shooting that video, man. It was cold. You know what I mean? But it was warm. You know what I mean? Every night we shot it, it was quiet. It wasn't no wind blowing, none of that, man. And so "Gotta Make It" was the second video off this project right here. "Clarity" was the first. I mean, what went behind "Clarity" was like just seeing shit clear, man. It was like finally, like I've been doing this shit 15 plus years, man. I done been on tour with the best of the best, you know what I'm saying? The Black Eyed Peas, Pussycat Dolls, Busta, etc., etc. You know what I mean? But like over my career, it got to the point where it was times where I didn't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I just stopped making music. You know what I mean? I tore my studio down and gave my nigga all my equipment. For like 2 years, I didn't make nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when I got back to actually recording, the first song I did once I got back recording was "Clarity," man. And it was clear to me that, you know what I mean, this is what I was supposed to be doing. And like the feel of that whole cut was like pain, it was struggle, it was hungry, it was humble, it was hustle in it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of paved the way for the whole project. You know what I mean? "Gotta Make It." You know what I mean? That was the first track that I felt like, you know what, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you ride a bike when you little, you don't ride one for 20 years. Like you hop on the bike, you learn how to ride it. I mean, it's second nature to you. So, I mean, I had doubt in me based on where music was. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 2014. You know what I mean? So my doubt started coming from hearing what the shit, you know, everything that was on the radio and, you know, everything the DJs is playing, and I'm listening to what I got. And I'm like, dog, I started thinking like, dog, I ain't ever gonna make it. Like, it ain't nothing that these cats is doing that I can't do, but everything they doing, I won't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I call them like, they verse rappers, man. Like, they ain't really telling the story no more. You know what I mean? They took the hip-hop and the art out of it, man. They get loaded, they go in the lab, and they just press record, man. And the radios is playing it, the A&Rs, the record labels is accepting it. And so like I just felt like it wasn't any room for like storytellers no more. And then Kendrick came out. I mean, when he dropped that album, man, everybody was like this is the new hip hop. Like this is, you know, this is it. And it wasn't that it was the new hip hop. It just got back to being strictly about the hip hop, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so like that was my biggest, you know, trial right there, was just trying to see if I, you know, was I able to fit in after 10, 12 years into this music game, man. And I went in there, recorded the project, Gotta Make It, and you know, I had mixed reviews on it, man. A lot of people just like, man, Cutty, I want to see you spit like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to just spit, you know what I'm saying? No nothing, no, just spit. And so half the people was like, they wanted to see me get back to that. But then it was like the new people, like them cats that I didn't know that was like, dude, this song, you know what I mean? I like this because it made me think about this situation and that situation. You know what I mean? That was, you know, that was my gratitude about, you know, about the whole project, was just, you know, getting the new people, getting the new fans in. You know what I mean? Being able to touch somebody on some real stuff. Because like I tell everybody, man, everybody ain't driving Bugattis, man. Everybody don't got Bentleys. You know what I mean? Half the cats don't own them. You know what I mean? So we did like that, man. Clarity was the first video off. Gotta Make It. I think Ooh We gonna be the next one. You know what I'm saying? I got working on a project with my DJ Myk-e's, man. That's gonna be hot. Like we ain't did a record in like 6 years, man. And so we're gonna come back and bang this record out. I went to his house, man. I don't know, I think he played me 20, 30 beats, man. And we picked like 10, 14, like 14 of them like out the gate. You know what I'm saying? That was just hot. So I mean, it feel good too to have like, you know, the DJ back, man, and like the DJ got out of music, man. You know what I'm saying? Cats now like Lil Jon a DJ, Snoopadelic a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So the DJ like got out of music, man. But it's good when you got a DJ with that DJ sound, and then you know bring what you bring to the table, and you make hot records. You know what I'm saying? This is 6, 7 years we ain't did a project. I think the first project we did, or the last one we did, was my album King Living. I was in like 2006, 2007, right after Lab died or something like that. So it just feel good to be back, man, and have a new sound. Like I mean, he cranking out some shit now, man. I feel like it's next level. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna, you know, we already got a couple tracks banged out of it already, but it's different, man. It's a different sound for me. It's a different sound for him. And it just to really back up, Gotta Make It. You know what I mean? I'm about to drop this mixtape in 3 days, man. And then we'll be done with the album in probably 2 weeks, man. We get in there and bang it out. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And you know, we're gonna give y'all something. We're gonna give y'all something that y'all ain't had in a while, man, from an artist, from a DJ, and just music-wise, man. We're gonna get everybody right now. Everybody with like this on the radio, man. I can't tell them apart. You know, whether it's their style or they beat. You know, everything's sounding alike right now. So like, I'm happy. I'm juiced, man, to have a new sound and be able to swag it out my own way, man. You know what I mean? This California shit. You know what I'm saying? This is Oakland, man. And it's time to just bring back, you know what I mean, what we do, man, out the Bay. Motherfuckers hear you and be like, Cutty, you ain't from the Bay, man. I tell you, y'all been listening to that wrong-ass Bay shit, man. You know what I mean? Everybody don't sound like 40. You know what I mean? Everybody don't sound like Fab. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody in the Bay got their own avenue, their own style, man. But
original shit.
It's original, you know what I'm saying? And so when you talk to people and they automatically, you tell them, I mean, we was on tour, man, Germany, and Cass was asking, where y'all from? We from Cali, man. We from the Bay, man. And then all they could say was 40. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, it's more to the Bay than that, man. There's so much talent in the Bay, man. It just, cats ain't getting it out, man. The cats are supposed to be coming back and putting us on, like, you know what I mean? The young cats, man, just ain't doing it. And we the only place like this, dog. Like the South, dog, when the South roll up, man, they roll 100 deep to a club, man. When the South producing one artist, there's 100 other artists that's coming next. They all support each other, man. You know what I mean? East Coast the same way. You know, West Coast, the Bay in particular, man, is the only place that it's more talent than that, you know, than being seen, and there's more talent out here than everybody know about, man. But everybody's so selfish. So what we did with this project, man, is basically kept it in house, man. Myk-e gonna produce the whole WAP. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that ain't even heard of no more, man. You don't even have producers producing whole projects no more. You know what I mean? It's 20 producers. You got more producers on the project than you got artists. And you got more collaborations on the project nowadays than artists holding their own. You know what I'm saying? So we just taking it back, man. You got Myk-e producing the whole project, and you got me on the project. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a couple, different collaborations and shit, but we're gonna keep it in-house, man. We're gonna keep it raw. We're gonna keep it uncut, and we're gonna give y'all something that, you know what I mean, y'all ain't heard or seen, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's our plan, man. 2014. The sound for like this whole project that we dropping, me and he's working on right now it's next level, man. I came to him and I was like, look, E, I hit him up and I'm like, Ease, dude, it's time to crank out a project, man. I said, we ain't did no shit in like almost a decade, nigga. And he was like, I got you. And I think it was about 3 weeks I didn't hear from him and shit. And he hit me back and he was like, Coach, I got you. So I slid through, man. He played me a couple tracks. And like the sound was 808-ish, but it was bassline-ish, it was synth, it was crazy hi-hats. And I think more than anything, it was the melody. Like every track have like a melody to it. Like I'm not even used to doing cuts like that. I'm used to, like, I'm a rapper. Like I rap to 808s, I rap to drums. Like cats be like, what kind of artist are you? I'm a machine gun cat, dog. Like when I spit, I'm just busting at you. And so the melodies that he put in the beats was kind of like the best of both worlds. Like it allowed me to have them that bass feel, that trunk, you know what I mean, that trunk shit that everybody loved. But at the end of the day, he brought in a sound, you know what I mean, that complements my storytelling. So it's more somatic, it's more real, you know what I mean? So like it's like literally like every cut is different cut, different tempo, different clap, different hi-hat, different just snare. Everything is different. It's brand new. You know what I'm saying? But the feeling of it, man, is the first day I came, I heard a beat, man, we recorded a track to it. That's how like crazy it was. You know, I was late picking up my chick. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be picking her up. I got there like an hour and a half late, man. I told her we got to do this. So it's really, it's next level, man. It's a sound that I can't even classify it as like the bass sound or the sound. Everybody like sound is, but that's that LA. You know what I mean, that's that New York shit. Like this is it crosses all, regions right here, man. So that's the sound we really pushing right now, man. And Oakland has always had its own sound. You know what I mean? Oakland, rappers, producers we've always had our own sound, and somewhere along the way, man, we kind of lost our sound, man. So like me and Ease, we bringing it back. You know what I mean? I call it the new era, man, the new Bay. I'm saying we from right here, man. You know what I mean? Bay Area, man. And we're gonna give y'all some music that's just raw. Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna get back to storytelling, man. You know what I mean? That's our main goal right now, man, is to just give y'all a project that you can put it in your deck, man, download it, press play, and go through the whole track. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. You got to fast forward to this single. I want to hear this. And, we ain't going to have one single on the project. You know what I mean? We ain't going to have one of them, what they call, album cuts. The whole project you'll be able to press play through, man. Slap it, you know what I mean? Blow to, drink to, man, and really ride to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really, bringing y'all back in. Like I say, everything in-house on this project, man. You know what I mean? I've tried building, so much with so many people since I got off tour with my brother, Pipe and Flipside in there, man. After I lost Lav, like, I went in there and just, I always tried to build an empire with a lot of people. And, like, with me and Ease, man, like, right after I lost Lav, man, we just got off tour. And then we had a show in San Jose at Tunes, man, and Lav died on his bike. And, like, even then, it was like trying to create a project like me and Ease and his little brother Real, man. Shout out to my dude Real, man. He did some tracks on that thing too, but like it just it worked. You know what I mean? It interlocked and it was interchangeable. And so like, 6, 7 years later, man, 8 years later, we back at it again, man, on a different project, and it just always seems to work. You know what I mean? We get in the lab and we ain't really even gotta say nothing, man. You know what I mean? We get in there, we get it done, and it's like, Ease, what was on your mind when you made this? And he like, man, I was thinking this. I hear the melody, I hear the drums, and like, we own it, man. And so, you know what I mean? That's what we on right now, man, 2014. You know what I mean? I created Black Boy Music. Like, that was crazy, man. I went through a slump of like, I think 2013, like, dude, like starting in like May, dude. I went into like just a bad creative slump, a bad just mental, emotional slump, man. I went, like, I didn't even want to do music no more. Like, that's how cold it was. I had just finished DOA, the mixtape, and it was so dark and shit because I was so angry and I had so much shit like going on, but I could never get nothing done with the motherfuckers I was rocking with, man. And so like for 6-8 months, dude, I didn't know what to do. And so like I was toggling in my head different projects to do, and really it was like, what's my next step as an artist? You know what I mean? And what I did was, I think I went to like I might have went to Clear Lake with my homie, man, for like 4-5 days. You know what I mean, just to clear my head, man. And I got back and I was like, you know what? I got it. I created Black Boy Music. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, that was my clarity. That was my, that was something that I could put in front of me that I could chase and I create and I could build on. You know what I mean? Black Boy Music. You know what I mean? So I did all the paperwork for that, man. And I was talking to my lawyer, and it was like, he know what I do music wise, and he was like, man, I like the name Woo Whoop, and what is it about Black Boy Music? Like, why'd you call it Black Boy Music? And I told him, I said, man, like my logo is the black sheep, man, and I felt like the black sheep like my whole life, like just in life, period, like creative wise, like I always felt like I was over here and everybody else was over here. You know what I mean? Mentally, like I felt like I'm so sharp in this music and just in life that, I'm where a lot of people aren't. And so Black Boy Music came off, the first thought I had in my head when I made the company, which was the Black Sheep. You know what I mean? So Black Boy Music, I started 2014, this year, man, like January, I started that. And it was like, I put myself in a corner to have to put the brand before myself. I've never had to do that. I never had to put like shit before myself, music wise. You know what I mean? I always felt like I could hang with the best of them. I could throw blows with the best of them. You know what I mean? I always felt like that. You put me in a room with any artist, hey, we on the same playing field. Good luck. You know what I mean? I've always felt like that. So with Black Boy Music, it forced me to think about the brand and what I put out and the artists, I collab with and the people I deal with. You know what I mean? So for the first time in my whole career, 15 plus years, man, I couldn't think about just going in there rapping. I couldn't think about just, going in there, like just laying something. I always had to think about, the brand first. And so, I'm working with a couple artists right now, but it was really a way for me to do me. Like I remember being on tour, like with Black Eyed Peas, man. We was on a tour bus. And will.i.am never went to an after party. will.i.am stayed on that bus and made music, man. And he was like, you got to make that house music. That house music. What the fuck is that? That music that buy houses. Like, at the time, it was just like, cool, make a hit, get a lot of money, sell some records, that's that, you know what I mean? But in reality, what he was saying, man, was you got to make music that you feel good about. Music that you love to do. Like, do you. Because that, at the end of the day, that's what's going to buy them houses. That's what's going to sell. That's what's going to be your meal ticket, is doing you. Not doing nobody else. And so, like, I learned a lot from that dude, man. On the road, you know what I mean? I learned a lot from my bro Pipe, man. Just the hustle, the grind, the being on tour, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I created Black Boy Music, it was like I didn't have nobody like knocking on my door to sign me. I didn't have nobody like, like, hey man, let's collab. Like, I didn't have all of that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, creating Black Boy Music was me creating my own label. You know what I'm saying? It was me like, you know what? Y'all want to give me a label? All right, cool. Y'all want to give me a deal? I'm going to give myself a deal. I made my company and signed myself to my own label.
I've been working so hard, pushing to the limit with everything. accelerate. So panels, no battery. They hated on me, didn't bother me. No deal, no help, wouldn't holler at me. No text, no call, wouldn't follow me. I accept, but fuck you.
The reunion too. Shit, I ain't did. Basically, I've slept on beats myself since I had a 2000 XL MPC and the MPC 1000. I was fucking with Reason for a while. And that shit just got too like space sounds to me. You know what I mean? Too much of that EDM feel. I'm a DJ, so I could play anything. You know what I mean? I'll play some country western on that ass. I don't give a shit. I'll mix it. But when it comes to, like Cutty was saying, when I heard that Kendrick album, I'm like, yo, this shit is like Outkast and Gemini type shit. You feel me? I like albums. When I listen to an album, I want to hear intermissions and interludes and skits, and that's the kind of shit I like to hear. So basically, the stuff that I've been playing, so I've never stopped DJing. DJing is my bread and butter. You know what I mean? That's where I get the money. That's what pays the bills every weekend, you know what I mean? But when I heard that album, I was like, yo, I need to start making beats. Again, I need to get back into this shit. When MPC Renaissance came out, I had played with it, and I'm like, damn, yo, I could use VSTs on this shit. And Reason wasn't just, you know what I mean? I've used Reason, you know what I mean? And I like them beats, and I did a lot of this shit on King Living with Reason. But you know what I mean? It just got too complex where it's just filters and reverbs and delays. It just starts sounding too spacious, you know what I mean? So I wanted that raw sound. And when I was able to get them VSTs in my MPC and use that track mutant and come back and use my old drum kits and that kick and that 808 and them scratches and shit like that, I was like, all right, I'm ready to make beats again. I got that fire lit. I'm ready. And it just so happened I had picked up MPC Studio. I'm like, yo, this shit is what it is. I mastered that motherfucker, you know, without, I don't fuck with the user manual. I just go in it, and it's basically, if you know how to use MPC, you know how to use MPC. So I'm doing that shit, banging out these beats. I make about 30, 40 beats. I'm like, all right, they're cool, but I need something else. Cutty hit me up like, hey, I'm making a project. Let's do this shit. I said, fuck, let's do it. And he said, man, I want you to bring that Myk-e feel out, that ease, bring it out, bring that let's do it. Got my Henny in my plastic cup. And that's hard for me because I don't even drink anymore like that. When we made that last album, I was drunk every motherfucking song. We was either smoking weed, drinking, having a good time. But as I matured, man, I can't deal with that shit. So it was like, yo, something got to bring me back, and that was the music, that was the feel, that was the beats. I had to feel them beats, cause I play shit every week, and I don't even like to play some of the shit I play, but I got to because it's in rotation, and you know what I mean. So when I did that, I'm like, okay, this is what I like to hear now. This is the feel I like, and in all honesty, being from the Bay, and it's crazy to say it, but I'm gonna have to say, man, when Mustard shit got in rotation, dog, it was like all that shit, all that clap, all that 98 BPM shit started happening again. We went from 67 beats per minute where everybody was just, couldn't even dance in the club or in the bar and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But when we got that 95 to about 105 feel again, and I'm not just saying Mustard because the Bay's been doing that 100 BPMs, you know what I'm saying? When our shit was able to mix with LA shit, it was like, damn, we back. That snap shit was cool for a minute. That shit was cool, but it wasn't moving the crowd like we wanted to. So this new shit is where it's at, man. And now we back with that feel, and I guarantee the shit that we about to come out with. I mean, they got something for everybody. They got something for the females. They got something for the riders, the motherfucking hustlers. Everybody on the blocks, motherfuckers riding in their car, females studying in college, guarantee we're gonna touch every single angle, and you're gonna feel this shit. It's gonna be, the reunion shit's gonna be hot, real hot, real hot.